But you guys see it, it's winter.
It is.
What do you guys think of the float I've got going on?
Yeah, I don't understand the term float, but I like that hat. They did a good job on the merch.
They did a great job on the merch. You know, float is kind of like how high you wear it on your head, whether it's a stocking cap or a baseball cap. Don't worry about it, guys. I'm cool. You guys aren't. In the land of 10,000 lakes, we are serious about our hockey. So tonight, the nation's premier outdoor pond hockey tournament makes its triumphant return.
This marks the 20th year of the U.S. Pond Hockey Championships on Lake Nokomis in the great city of Minneapolis, and that is where we find our reporter, Kristin. Hey, Hobbs. Hey, pal.
I got up off the couch, you know, I thought I would show up. Hey, you guys. Okay, so Lake Nokomis has been transformed into a series of hockey rinks, and this competition attracts top-tier talent. We're talking about former Olympians, former NHL players, collegiate standouts, all the way down to those who are just passionate about the game. They're calling them rink rats. And the guys you see playing behind me, they're just getting some ice time because the official puck drops tomorrow morning at 9:15. So they're just getting a nice warm up. But I want to bring in our friend Mac to tell us more about this exciting competition. Okay, how many rinks are out here?
We've actually built 24 rinks for the competition this weekend.
Okay, and how many teams are expected to be in this competition?
I think we're just under 300 teams competing.
Wow.
Yeah.
And players are from, we know we are the state of hockey, but they're from beyond Minnesota.
They are. We have teams that come in from Japan and China and Australia. In fact, one fun fact that I learned is 45% of our players actually come from outside of Minnesota.
I love that. And for many of them, this is a bucket list item to get to play in this tournament.
It really is. I was just talking to a gentleman that got off the plane from San Jose. The first thing he did was grab his skates and come down here and skate. So.
How exciting. And many of them not used to seeing snow, let alone playing on a frozen lake.
Exactly right. That's one thing that he mentioned was I've never skated on a pond before. It's very different than being in an arena. So it's a great equalizer, as we call it out
Sure.
here.
Now, when we look at the rink, we have no goalies. We're seeing what the net would typically be. It's a piece of wood. How does that work? How do the rules change?
Yeah, so the rules are a little bit different from traditional hockey that's played in an arena. Instead of a 4-foot wide goal with a goalie in it, we have a 6-foot wide box that has two 12-inch openings on either side. And the goal or the object is to shoot the puck into one of those openings, and that constitutes a goal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, tell us about how they lean into the fun. I mean, do they designate a team captain? They come up with like really quirky kind of catchy names?
They do. Every team has a captain. A lot of them have really interesting names is what I'll say.
Okay.
Some of which I won't share on TV.
Yep.
But yeah, they're all very, very entertaining. They have a great time out here.
And what is it like for spectators? I mean, it is free to come down and check out the competition, but they're getting to see, like I mentioned, I mean, really all-star athletes.
Yeah, so there's, at any given moment, there's upwards of 20 games going on at a time all day long. So if they're watching one game that's a little lopsided, they can step to the next rink and see one that's maybe a little more competitive.
Yeah, they want a little more heated up. They can just move around.
Yeah.
And women are playing out here as well.
Absolutely, yeah. We've got some really high-level women's players out here this weekend that are going to be really fun to watch.
Okay, and then there's a warming house. Tell us what these spectators can also kind of get out of the cold if they want to.
Yeah, so we have our main warming tent is humongous. There's merchandise in there, several vendors with different hot beverages, cold beverages, snacks, food, whatever, you name it. And there's an additional spot new this year. They're calling it the safety meeting headquarters, where if you want to get an adult beverage, you can do that.
Safety meeting headquarters. Yes. Okay, I'm going to use that. Yes. All right, Mac, thank you so much. Appreciate your time. Elizabeth, has Jay Reimers ever done this? Should he come out of retirement to play in this tournament?
Yes.
He has, yes, and I wish that he's not going to be around, so he's not going to be able to play, but he has played in the past and really had a great time with it. Yep. It's very fun out there. I love the warming house. I can see a fun
camaraderie.
Yeah, it's a good setup. Plus, like, if you just haven't been over by Lake Nokomis in a while, it's such a cute area. It's really nice. Thanks, Kristin.
Thank you.
So pretty.
Good job out there.
Guys.
The red really pops that she's wearing.
It really does.
There.
I mean, it's a whole white background.
She looks fantastic.
It really, really pops. So we're going to check back in with Kristin in a little while. So there are more Twin Cities Live right after this.
Oh, it's winter, presented by Rainy Lake, north of the Twin Cities, gateway to Voyageurs National Park. Rainy Lake is your Minnesota vacation destination, spring, summer, fall, and winter. Plan your trip at rainylake.org.